what it's all about. I think our guys are ready. We had a couple good practices, 3 good practices, just finished up right now today. I thought it's been good. So they're obviously Ole Miss is good. Schuler's back. He hurt us a lot last year. They've got a lot of transfers, a lot of new guys on their roster, similar to us in that regard. But, they're good. They're one of the best top 10 defensive teams in the country. We've played some quality defensive teams. They do it a little bit different than what the others have done it, but we got to be good on offense, and our defense has to be good too because they're really good on defense. So I'm looking forward to the game, though, and I'm looking forward to starting SEC play. So we're ready to go, I think.
For those who have questions, please use the raise hand function, and we'll get started. First question over to Jeff Spiegel.
Sorry, let me unmute there. Nate, appreciate you joining us today. I know Rojas and Petty are coming back. Can you talk about getting them back and just having them back available?
Yeah, Petty's been great. He's practiced really hard the last 3 days. Rojas has had a slight wrist sprain, I guess you may say. So he's hopefully he's going to play. But they're both available to play, provided that they're both healthy. And I think I think the attitude's been great. I think Petty's been really, really good in practice. I'm actually proud of how hard he's gone. He's gone really hard, and I think they're in with us. We've had great conversations after Christmas, and we're ready to go. I'm ready to use them however we can to help us win games, and hopefully we can get Petty playing at the level he was playing, in SEC play last year, because I thought he was one of the best players in the conference, and we need him to be that for us. And I think he wants to be that for us. I think he's been great. I think his attitude's been unbelievable these last 3 days in practice, and we're gonna put him in, put him in early, and hopefully he plays well for us.
Please use the raise hand function. You guys have any questions?
It's what happens when you have media availability right after you have to do the SEC thing. They already got all their questions answered this morning.
We'll go back over to Jeff Spiegel. Jeff, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I see your mouth moving. I can't hear anything. No.
There you go.
Nate, can you just give us an overview on how you think you're playing right now heading into conference play, and how comfortable you are with the way the team has played?
We're not playing to the level I'd like to see us playing. I think a big part of that is we just haven't been making shots. Everything looks a lot better when you're making shots. So it was great to see Shackelford, hit the 8 threes, and great he got recognized for doing that with SEC Player of the Week. That was named earlier today. So, if we can get some of our other shooters going, I think our offense will look a lot better. I don't think it's been terrible, to be honest with you. We just got to make shots. And then defensively, we're better than we were last year. We've still got room to improve, but we've made a lot of strides. The rebounding's, to me, the rebounding's been the biggest issue, just with the consistency with it. We've shown we can do it. Providence is a tough physical team. We killed them on the glass, but then we've gotten destroyed on the glass a few other games. So we just got to get more consistent effort on the glass, and then just continue to get better on defense. I think, you see certain guys. Shackelford's a much better defender this year than he was last year. Quinterly, we're really coaching him hard on being a great defender. The two of them both want to be great defenders, and they're getting better. The other guys, we've added some length out there. Primo's a great athlete, learning how to play at this level, and, wants to be great. I thought he looked really good in practice today. Obviously, Petty and Herb are two of the better defenders around. So I think defensively we're much further along than last year. Offensively, as soon as we start to make shots, the offense will look a lot better, and I think we're getting fairly good shots. I don't think it's a shot selection type of thing for the most part. I just think, we haven't hit shots, and we got to make them, and then we got to pick it up on the glass on a more consistent basis.
Cecil, floor is yours.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted to ask about Juwan Gary and sort of what he brought to you and what he's looking to improve on.
So last year, we said it a few times when Herb was out. We just didn't have any big wings with size, and athleticism. When Herb was hurt, he was kind of our only one, because Juan had blown his knee out last year and Rojas was out. So now we've kind of got multiple guys at that spot between Herb, Juwan, and Rojas. So I think, Juan gives us a guy that's tough, physical, can finish at the rim, rebounds it well. He's gotten more skilled since he's gotten here. That's still not, his strength, if you will. But I think what he does do well, rebounding, running the floor, playing hard, is what we need. So we've been able to find him enough minutes to where he can really impact the game. And I think just the more comfortable he gets, and I think certain games he's going to be needed more than others. But every time, we've needed him and called on him, he's been ready to go. So there's something to be said for just having the right attitude, having a great attitude, not playing much early in the year. Still, he really just got cleared kind of that first week we were able to play games. So he's getting more and more comfortable with what we're doing. I think he's helped us get some wins already this year, so he's been big for us to have available.
We'll go back over to Jeff Spiegel.
Nate, I know you're not an excuses guy, but the fact that the crowd size has been cut down, because of COVID, and I know you tell guys to create their own energy. You can't rely on the fans, but how difficult is that to do for a basketball team?
Yeah, I mean, it's taken away home court advantage quite a bit. And if they've written some articles on it, and a lot of the schools at our level, at Power 5 level, have typically played a lot of home games. Well, we've still played a lot of home games. It's different. It's not the same as when there's 12, 13,000 people in the stands. And, it is, it kind of is what it is at this point. We've adjusted. I think our guys have done a good job of that, but you definitely don't get the same type of home court advantage as when the Coleman's packed. So, now when we go on the road in conference play, it's going to benefit us because they don't have, when we go to play Tennessee and you go to Rupp and you go to all these different places, it's not going to be the same as it is when, it's usually full. So non-conference wise, I think it probably hurt more Power 5 schools. So I think once you get into conference play, it's equal. You go on the road the same amount of times you play at home, hopefully, provided you're able to play all your games, with the COVID stuff going on. But yeah, it's been a little different. But like you said, we're not making any excuses up for anything. I don't think not having a crowd here has cost us any wins. Maybe it's been not as fun to play in front of. You got to create your own energy, but we're not blaming a lack of a crowd on any losses.
Cecil, you're up again.
Just to follow up a little bit about the conference, Kentucky 1-6 in the non-conference. What does that say to you about the difficulty of trying to play a lot of young players?
Yeah, so I think, Kentucky's one of those programs that always has young kids, because they're got a lot of guys that leave to go to the pros early. I've said this before, like we didn't get to have a scrimmage, an exhibition, anything before game one. Like it was all, so I think that part of it probably hurts a younger team like them more than anybody. And it's not good for our league, like I know some fans probably pull against some other teams in our league. I don't think, like every time an SEC team plays, I'm pulling for them to win. For our league, it's good to get wins. So I do think Kentucky's a team that's going to get better and better the more games they play as it goes on. So they may have a poor record non-conference. Now they played a tough schedule too. I mean, even some of the mid-majors they played are really good. Richmond, it's really good. They're not the only team, that's lost to Richmond. So, I think they're going to get better though. They're going to win enough games in our league. They're going to be one of the better teams in our league when it's all said and done, I think. But, the fact that they weren't able to have those, they weren't able to practice like they usually do all summer with their guys, and they weren't able to have an exhibition or two exhibitions or an exhibition and a scrimmage, whatever they would have done this year. I think that hurts them. So, I was wishing we would have played them in like the second first, second, third conference game this year. We don't play them till the end of January. I'm sure they'll be rolling by the end of January, but it is what it is. You know, we're going to have to play everybody, and we're going to have to shoot. When you get to the SEC tournament, everybody should be playing their best basketball, and I'm sure that Kentucky will be playing their best basketball by that time of the year too.
That looks like that's all the questions we have. We'll keep it short and sweet. Thanks, Coach.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of your afternoon.